You're listening to John Jay and Rich, featuring John Jay.
This guy's got drugs up his butt.
And Rich.
He said, quote, I might have drugs up my anus.
John Jay and Rich.
John Jay and Rich on the line. Gwen Stefani. She's been on our show many, many times. She's one of the coolest artists ever. And she got a new song out. We just played it. Used to Love You. Gwen, you're on the air. John Jay and Rich.
Wow. Am I on the radio?
You're on the radio.
That is so cool. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being
here. Hey, so kind of a random question. Maybe it's not a random question, but the first time I heard your song, I heard it, I was like, oh, okay. And then I heard it a second time, and I was like, okay. And then now I hear it, and I just stop everything and turn it up.
Wow.
It's new for me to listen to words of songs. And when I listen to that, obviously I know your story, but I'm wondering to somebody that's listening, because I try to put myself in your shoes and I think, man, if you were in that position, you probably think that you were never going to get better. So let's say there's people listening to your song right now. What advice do you have for them to let them know that eventually everything will be okay?
Well, I hate giving advice, especially about crazy crisis stuff like what I went through. You know what I mean? I think I don't know. I mean, for me, obviously last year was horrendous, worst ever, craziest stuff. But I think what happens when you have faith, especially, is you find you always can find the blessing in something that's like a tragedy. You know what I mean? And for me, that was songwriting, again, because I hadn't really been able to songwrite for a long time, and songwriting was my biggest kind of it made me feel validated. It made me feel important, and that was my gift that God gave me. So I'm just saying I feel so lucky to be able to have written that song and to be able to share it in real time while I was going through, and I still am going through what I'm going through, and then have the reaction and have the support and love that came at me. It was just incredible, and it still is incredible. And so I just feel so lucky that I have that outlet. I mean, music is so incredible, isn't it? And it is weird how you say that. I love hearing how you hear it for the first time and you were whatever, and then the second time, and then
no, I love
it. It touched you, because you know what, when a song is that honest and pure and real, it touches people. And
well, yeah, and at the same time, for me, and I've talked about this a little bit on the air, but my wife and I were having some problems, and we were going to marriage counseling, and I would hear the song, and I would look at, I would think about which way the future could go, and every time I heard the song, now, I'm connected to that song. Your song's one of those songs, 20 years from now, whenever I hear the song, I'm gonna go, oh my God, I remember what I was going through at that time. Do you know what I'm saying?
Isn't that funny how music does that? It's so magic. And that's why, even after I get off the phone with you guys, I'm going to the studio, I'm going to write a song, and I know that I'm writing a song with Greg Kurstin, who did Hello with Adele. And,
oh, cool.
And I've known him forever, and he, I've always wanted to do something with him. And I have written with him before, but it's just, it could happen today. Some magical song could come out, and right before our eyes and ears, and then I could share it with people, and it could have an impact. And it's just such an incredible gift to have and, be part of. And I don't know what I'm really trying to say, except for, God, I'm so lucky.
Well, since you're going to the studio with the guy that wrote Hello, and your song is Used to Love You, maybe your song that you're going to write could be Used to Say Hello. Now I just say hi.
Wow.
Right? Take it.
If I take that, will I have to give you writing credit?
No, I'll just be like, oh my God, Gwen Stefani took my song title.
No, you won't. You'll be getting on the phone with the lawyers.
No, we're not that kind of show. Hey, Gwen, so I know you'd be a music freak, too. And when I used to live in San Diego way back in the 90s, I used to go up with my friend, and we used to go see No Doubt in Orange County and all that stuff. We used to see you all the time. And I'm just guessing, by the way that I've seen you do shows, that you had to be a huge Bowie fan.
You know what's crazy about him? People like that, artists like that just are so rare, someone that has an overall creative vision outside of just the music, which is genius, but to be able to continue to evolve and have actually a vision of fashion and just the visuals that he came up with, and then how they evolved through time and just kept coming up with more and more and more. It's just mind-blowing to me,
You know, I was at the Packers-Cardinals game with my son, and everyone was tweeting me going, go say hi to Gwen and Blake, go say hi to Gwen. And I was like, that's not going to happen. And it was so loud, obnoxious, and everyone was tweeting me pictures of you there. Now, the game, there's a rematch this Saturday. Are you going to this game?
I don't know. Maybe we should go. Everybody keeps saying, "Are you going?" And you know what was so crazy about that is I thought we were going to be like going into some like they have those little like rooms that you go in and watch, like private rooms or whatever. And that's what I thought we were going to. And me and my brother and sister-in-law were there, and they walked us like right onto the field. And I haven't even been to very many football games, and I think the last one I went to is when No Doubt played the Super Bowl. But I literally was like, whoa, this is like breathtaking, like to be on the field and be right there while the players are warming up and seeing those guys like close up. Like it looks so different. Like they look massive and they look more in shape in real life than they do on TV. And it was pretty cool, like I have to say, and it was really exciting. And what about when that one guy I guess fumbled the ball, and then that one guy picked it up and made a touchdown?
I have no idea. I left at halftime. Hey,
play-by-play by Gwen Stefani.
What's your connection?
But do you remember that moment?
No, my son does. I'm not a sports fan. I just because I have an 11-year-old boy.
Why are you there then? Oh, you were there.
My 11-year-old son is a Packers fan, and so we were like,
that's me. Like I have 3 boys.
I have 3 boys too.
You do?
Yeah. How old are yours?
Mine are let's see, I have 9, 7, and almost 2.
I have 13, 12, and 9.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
my middle one woke up this morning puking. So
that's fun.
Worst.
I feel like every time one of my kids starts the throw up thing, which my daughter did over the holidays, you feel like you need to move houses. Like, this is over. The floor's done, the couch is done. Everybody, we're moving.
No.
We're moving.
We're moving.
And the sick kid can stay with the old house. Everybody else come with me.
No, it's like
No?
your own kids, whatever, puke or whatever. It doesn't
Yeah,
bother.
I
my
wish I
kids
could say
puke.
that, but vomit is vomit, and it is disgusting.
Puke and poop don't bother me. If it
Yeah,
comes
me
to my
neither.
children, it doesn't bother me. But hey, I was going to ask you. So why were you at the Packers Cardinals game? Is there a friend playing? Is there a connection there? Like what's the reason? Or just it's an hour flight?
Oh, this person that I know that's a really good friend of mine is a huge fan.
Of which team?
Got invited to go. So
Which team?
to the Cardinals.
Oh, he's just a fan of the Cardinals. That's cool.
Yeah, like a massive fan.
Oh, really? So there's a good chance you're probably going because I feel like I need to make it up to my son because we left at halftime, but it was like a blowout. But still.
Oh, so you missed what I was talking about because
Probably.
at halftime. You wouldn't have seen it.
Yeah, it's like so my 3 boys, I have 2 that are sports freaks. They all 3 play video games. Do your kids play video games?
Yep.
Do they text you too? Do they all have their iPhones?
They don't have that yet. They're a little bit young. But you know what's crazy is making an album and being they're the oldest is just getting so into music and they all are and it's so crazy how they know children and just have an intuition for what songs are good.
That is true.
I know. My kids
true.
last night were going to baseball practice and I was jamming out. I swear to you, uncensored NWA straight out of Compton, a lot of Jay-Z, DJ Khaled. We were jamming out and they love it, man.
Oh my God, my kids love hip hop so much.
So much.
Well, so do you. You love hip-hop too,
I
though,
love
right?
hip hop too. Yeah, so much.
What do you, if you're going to go work out, what is a song that people would be surprised that you just go crazy for to get yourself inspired?
I'm thinking of a song. A lot of times I'll just put on an 80s channel because that kind of gets me going sometimes. Or, I don't really work out that much though. I have to say.
What? How is that even possible with those abs?
That's from a lot of pre-existing workouts that just my body muscle memory. Yeah.
Kind of awesome.
Little jealous.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm a little jealous.
Well, Gwen, we want to thank you for being on our
My
program.
muscles have amnesia then.
Oh, thank you guys.
That's awesome.
Thanks, Gwen. It's awesome to talk to you. Good luck to you.
Thanks so much.
John Jay and Rich.